The recent deadly stabbing at a Killeen ISD middle school has left many with questions about the juvenile justice system. 6 News reporter Sydney Walker spoke with the juvenile prosecutor to find out how the system operates with distinct differences from the adult system. Sydney, what did you find out today?
Well, in Texas specifically, a juvenile is defined as someone under the age of 17. The justice system focuses more on rehabilitation for kids, but that doesn't mean that they don't face any punishment. Some cases can warrant a 40-year sentencing. The juvenile justice system works to separate kids from criminality. There's even different terminology than adult cases, like true and untrue, instead of guilt and innocence.
Juveniles are not convicted of committing crimes. They are found to have committed delinquent conduct that, if they had been an adult, would be considered an adult offense.
Jim Murphy, a juvenile prosecutor for Bell County, says many kids never even make their way through a detention center before their hearing. If they are in detention, a judge typically sends them home with conditions of release, like reporting to a probation officer or a curfew.
Our detention center is still relatively small, and we're usually trying to keep the most serious offenses.
Every juvenile is required to have a defense attorney who can then decide how to proceed.
If it's just a regular petition, they have a right to a jury trial on whether it is true or not true that they committed the conduct. If it is a determinate sentence, then they have a right to a jury to both whether it was true or not true, but also a right to a jury for the punishment as well.
The disposition hearing determines punishment. This can range from probation up to their 18th birthday, mental health programs, or even sentencing to a facility within the Texas Juvenile Justice Department, if the offense would have been a felony if they were an adult. If the sentence is standard or indeterminate, their stay at TJJD is dependent on behavior, progress, and age. If the sentence is determinate, which is for serious offenses, they risk being transferred to prison when they become an adult. For first-degree felony offenses, the juvenile can be certified for a determinate sentence as young as 14.
If it's a first-degree felony, that could be to a maximum of 40 years. And in that case, if they were sent to TJJD on that kind of offense, they would start in TJJD. They would have an opportunity to come back to court if they can't make their minimum length of stay, and with a possible transfer to TDC to complete the remainder of their sentence there. But that has an extra hearing for the judge to decide whether to go ahead and transfer them to TDC.
The juvenile system can also be much quicker than adult legal cases. Murphy said that in over 3 decades, he's never had a case take longer than a year.
Well, thank you so much for that information, Sydney. I know a lot of people have been wondering about how that process works.